I've been a bit out of sorts the last few months. I've done the least amount of fishing these past 2 months than probably any point in my entire life. Fishing and being an outdoorsman is part of my identity, and that being entirely absent for the last 2 months has felt strange. Instead, I took the time to really focus on my family and my physical and mental health, and now we're back feeling better than ever.
You ready to go to the gym? Gym. Hi, Jacob.
What's up?
This video is going to be a recap of basically what I've been up to the past couple weeks.
What is up, my dogs Lawson here? It's been a minute, but it feels good to be back. During the holidays, I took some time to spend it with my family, help take care of the kids. I lost 30 pounds during that time. Nothing's wrong with me, I hope. Just eating well and exercising a ton, and have lost a ton of weight and feel better than I have in a very long time. And it's finally time to get back into the fishing grind of things. Oh, there's a fish. Feels decent. I don't know what we have here. It's coming at me. Oh, thick trout. Wow. Very thick trout. He is staying down. It's not a super long one, but really fat. Really fat fish. He's dogging me a little bit here, man. Okay. Let's see if we can land this guy. Ooh, the water is freaking freezing. That is actually a stud trout. Holy cow. Beautiful sea trout right there. Probably a 21 incher, maybe 20 incher. Oh. Oh. Try not to make sure we don't drop them here. Beautiful, beautiful trout right there. It is cold and slow. I have been fishing for about an hour, and that is literally the first bite I've had this entire time. But a quality trout. Really, really a thick one. He fought super hard. Off he goes. Okay. Whew. Nice trout down. It has been slow. He threw up some type of primordial sludge in my boat. It has been painfully slow. I think I've been fishing for about an hour and a half, and that is the first bite I've had. But it was a quality fish, and that's kind of how it goes in wintertime sometimes, is that really slow, but the bites that you do get a lot of times are going to be some decent ones. And I've switched over a bunch of different things, and right now I'm actually just throwing a little X-Wrap right there, a tiny little jerk bait that's supposed to look like a glass minnow or an anchovy. And during the wintertime, fish, doesn't matter if it's a 40-inch snook or a 30-inch trout, their primary forage is gonna be like small crustaceans. So little crabs, little shrimp, and a lot of pilchards and glass minnows. Small stuff that doesn't require a ton of effort to chase down or even a ton of effort to digest. It's just almost like a little grazing throughout the day of small prey items. Oh, what the heck just happened? Holy snook. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. Giant. I got such light line here. We gotta turn the trolling motor out. Giant on this little X-Wrap. Ooh, we got a problem. We're gonna just really slowly, not that slowly, start trolling motoring out. I have 25-pound fluoro, and this is 10-pound braid. This is like my ultra finesse setup here. It's a big snook, and he ate. It's like an 1 3/4 jerk bait that fish just ate. I'm kind of hoping right now he doesn't even realize he's hooked. I mean, he does, but we're just slowly dragging him out into the open, away from the mangroves here. Wow, wow, wow. That is not what I expected. That is a big fish. We're gonna, oh, big head shake. Ah! Didn't even break off, he shook the hook. That was like upper 30s snook. None of the hooks are bent out or anything. He just perfectly shook his head and threw it. Dang! Oh, I cannot believe that. That fish was huge. Oh, man. Oh, my line is frayed up, but he wasn't gonna break it the way we were playing him. That is just so unlucky right there. That was a big freaking snook, man. And that was only about 5 minutes after releasing that trout. It's crazy. Switching to the right lure, man. I have been fishing for an hour plus, 0 bites, put this on, within 10 minutes, big trout, and then just lost a giant snook. Man. Ooh, that stings, that stings. All right, we're gonna completely retie a new leader, and we're gonna stick with throwing the little jerk bait here, man. That is crazy. That fish was huge.
A few days later, I had some time to sneak back onto the water and decided to hit up my home river, which I haven't fished in months. The conditions were extremely tough with a very cold morning and a stiff breeze, but we're headed out to look for snook. If you've watched my videos for a long time, you're probably very familiar with this river. Early on in my channel, nearly every single video was filmed on this river. Now, I only find myself fishing it maybe a few times a year. I've really found what I enjoy about fishing is the learning process of breaking down new fisheries, but it's nice every now and then to return where I learned how to fish.
All right, we've moved way back into the river. I'm actually basically just waiting for the tide to shift around, and during that time we're gonna fish just real slow and flip underneath docks for snook, tarpon, redfish, whatever. Oh, there's a snook. Not the size of snook we're looking for, but finally a snook on the board. We've dumped through a lot of trash fish and got our first snook of the day here. Another small one right there, but they are biting. All we gotta do is run through a bunch of little ones and hopefully we'll find a big one. Lost it!
You don't know our Lord and Savior.
After that incredible encounter with some subscribers, I ended up catching 4 more snook, but all around that same small size, and decided it was time to head home and spend some time with the family that evening. It's time to see if we can go whack 'em. Joining my buddy Matt today from SB Fishing TV, one of my closest friends. The groom's been at my wedding. We got to know each other through YouTube 7-8 years ago and have stayed really close ever since. And he's been down here in Florida grinding away, catching some big bass, and I'm gonna join him today and see if we can catch some giants. That's the hope, at least. So right now we're about to get started here, and we are live scoping, which is something I have never really done before, and it's very interesting. We're fishing for bass the totally opposite way basically everyone does in Florida, at least start, and that's why you have someone like Matt who's legitimately a pro, almost pro, semi-pro. Is that what you qualify as?
Just an idiot with live scope.
But you know, growing up in Florida, like we would never fish in 24 feet of water, 20 feet of water and look for bass. Like you're flipping pads and reeds, which we're gonna do a lot of that today too, but it'll be cool to do something else. So we're throwing finesse gear.
Yeah, just like, yeah, I've really grown. This is the junior, which obviously isn't like a huge bait, but I've really, oh, bass on it.
I see him, yeah. Oh, you got it, dude, let's go.
That was sweet, man. That was sweet. Beauty. First fish of the day for me, a probably £1.25 largemouth on the Gantrell Junior. I was literally just saying to Matt, this thing has become like my favorite bait of all time. I have caught snook, tarpon, largemouth, just about any game fish you hope to catch on this thing. And we're looking for a 8+ pounder, maybe double digit today. That's obviously a dream scenario. My PB is actually only 7.6. But I got the guy helping me today who could help me crush that. So we'll see if we can find a giant largemouth today. But we're finally on the board. Matt's caught 2, and I got 1.
Goodbye. With the isolated reeds and stuff, that's like what I was looking for. Oh my god. That was sick.
All right, my biggest fish of the day, which is not much to say, but we moved into like a very cool isolated spot that took a little bit of effort to get to, and there are no other boats around, and all of a sudden Matt and I have been just whacking fish after fish. I'm rolling a like 5-inch swim bait across the top, and we're starting to really see some fish. I think we probably collectively have caught 7 or 8 in the past 10-15 minutes, and hopefully a giant's around the corner, but I thought that was gonna be a giant.
Third cast.
You're an animal.
He's dug up in there, but
That is too funny, man.
First cast?
Second cast. I just switched on a spook here, or this is actually like a mega bass topwater walking bait, and I was saying to Matt, I've been throwing, oh, don't hook me. I've been throwing frogs and this and that, and I was like, it's overcast, even though it's cool. Where we're at, I fished here by paddling before and thrown topwaters and have crushed fish, and that is my biggest fish of the day by far. Probably almost 3, maybe 2.5, 2 3/4, and he smoked the topwater. Second cast of the morning. Oh, that's awesome! I'm stoked on that one. We're gonna let her go, and see if there's any more big ones to be had on the topwater, and I think there will be.
You called that, dude.
Oh.
Come on, that was so sick.
oh yeah.
Oh, is that a good one? Is that a good one? Let me know if you need help.
Oh, he's coming. He's not giant. About the same size as that other one I caught, I think.
Man, we're just making it happen with a spook here in February. Still looking for a big one. I missed what looked like a 5+ pounder. Could have been real big, but it's so weird, man. It's, you know, bright and sunny. The water temp's 68, but they're eating a topwater. And sometimes, even if it seems stupid, you gotta listen to your intuition. Sweet, thanks.
Of course.
Beauty.
Top watching.
Ready. Whoa. Oh,
Nice.
I'll tell you what, the fish
Oh.
have been eating us have been like,
They're eating it.
yeah, and then also it's just been like solid. I think this might be the biggest one. I think I say that every time, but
I think that's actually definitely the biggest one so far. And he's been caught before.
Look at that. Or something grabbed them, I don't know. Awesome. My biggest fish of the day for sure. Probably 3 1/4, I bet. Somewhere around there. It's a really heavy fish and has a huge mouth on him. It's honestly like, by all means, this top water should not be working, but it just is. So I'm gonna keep throwing it and I'm gonna catch a giant on it. Putting the energy out in the air, putting it out there, man. That is a beautiful, not a little rough looking fish, but a decent one right there. See you later, hombre. Just not even that big, super insane fat. Man, topwater fish, man, it just doesn't get more fun than that. Oh, weaponized. Yeah. Watch your feet. That little one, very healthy. Thought he was gonna be a lot bigger than he actually was. He ate it like a champion. We're still looking for that giant. I think we probably got 2.5 hours or so, 3 hours of fishing left, and plenty of time to break a PB. That's my goal right now. Something over 7.5 would make me the happiest man on earth. Oh, that might be a big fish. Oh, yes.
I have a net.
Oh, I don't care. I'll grab it. That's fine.
Okay, cool. That's a big fish.
Not like the giant, but it's a good one. Freaking smoke that top water. Be the best one of the day, probably.
Absolutely.
Gosh, the top, I just changed to a different color top water too, because he's just hiding under the boat. He might be 5.
I'd say.
He's pretty big. Matt asked if I want a net, and I said, no, we'll go mono, and that's where I lose him right there.
Oh my god.
That was the second cast I made putting on a new color topwater. Oh, that's a stud. I put fresh hooks on the topwater too, man. Due diligence. This is unbelievable. I'm wearing a hoodie catching fish on topwater. It's not supposed to be like this, man. All right, man. That is the biggest fish of the day by far. That is a good old biggin. Or is he a big old goodin? I don't know. But he clobbered that topwater, and that is a heavy, heavy fish. I'm gonna grab a scale real quick and weigh him just to get an idea where we're at. What's your guess, Matt?
I'm gonna say 4.35.
4.32.
Really?
The guy's caught a few bass in his day, I think. All right. Get her back in. Literally a fraction of an ounce off of the weight. That's incredible.
Lucky guess.
Yeah, it's not that you've caught a million bass in your life. Nothing to do with that. Beauty. She go. She like put her back in. She's like frozen. And I just touched her and whoo. Oh, top water, man.
Let's go. Good stuff, buddy. So sick.
Even though it's not always as exciting as saltwater fishing, bass fishing reminds me of why I love to fish and be outdoors. It's what I grew up doing with my father, and now it's something I'm gonna get to share with my sons as they grow up.
Baby?
You hear a bird? You got a fishy? Yeah, we're gonna tie that on. Very cool. Yep, we gotta show the camera the lure, right? So they know what we're doing, huh?
I was blessed to have a dad that immersed me in the outdoors as a kid, and I'm grateful now to have the opportunity to pass that on. Unless they've experienced it for themselves, most people won't ever understand the nearly spiritual element that comes with the outdoors. And for those who do, embrace it and share it with your friends and loved ones.
Thank you so much for making time to come fish with me, brother. It's been awesome. Love it.
Hi, Jacob.